Hello everyone and welcome to 10 things that I sold on eBay and Kijiji for money. So these are things that I have actually sold to make money. I know a lot of people have clips about ideas that you could sell. These are things I actually have sold that have made me money. So the first is DVDs. Now on eBay is where I sold most of these. I haven't really sold them on Kijiji, but eBay is great for these. Disney is the main section that I sold in, but I've seen a lot of other people sell in series and documentaries and comedy and that, but I made a lot of money. Not like a lot of money, but I sold like Disney movies and they made more than I thought they would be. So number 2 is weight loss stuff. This is mainly on Kijiji that I sold weight loss stuff. So more locally, which is easier if you sell to your local Kijiji or Facebook marketplace, because if you could think that, mailing a, 5-pound weight is probably going to cost quite a bit of money, and who wants to do that? So local, have someone come and pick them up or drop them off to someone seems to be the best. I sold weights, I sold a scale, I sold some unopened, new, non-expired supplements that I just never got around to using. So, there's people that really want those, so they bought them. Some other equipment was just like those bands, those exercise bands. I have actually bought those balls, exercise balls before. I haven't sold them, but I've bought them, so I know that that is something that people would buy if you have those extra balls that, those ones you can sit on and stuff and do exercises on. But yeah, so I sold 2-pound weights, 5-pound weights, I sold dumbbells. I've sold lots of stuff like that because weight loss is a big thing. So, moving on to number 3, garage stuff. Now, don't get mad at how I have written out some of these, but I'll explain what they are. So, a trolley mover thing, I couldn't think of the word for it, but it's like what you put stuff on and it's got wheels and it moves around. I bought one from Canadian Tire it was on sale for about $50, I think, and then I ended up selling it for $80. So yeah, it made me a bit of a profit. I did use it at the time. I really needed it for moving and stuff, and then it just sat in the garage forever. So I thought I might as well make some money off of it when someone really needed it and bought it for $80. But you can also sell tons of stuff, different tools. Extension cords seem to be really big that people want to buy. And again, that's Kijiji, that wasn't on eBay. Number 4 are games. I have looked to buy games on Kijiji before and on eBay, and I've actually sold games on eBay. Xbox games, the games for the Wii. I'm going to include board games in this because I did sell some board games on Kijiji. I find they have to be in good shape. Like if they're missing pieces and stuff, who wants that? Nobody wants to buy a board game with like 3 pieces and an elastic in it. So I've sold them if they have everything together, if the box is like not disgusting and it looks okay. I can't make like a ton of money selling board games, but more so the Xbox games and I think I wrote Wi-Fi, it's Wii, but you know what I mean. Okay. Clothing. Now, eBay is big for clothing. Facebook Marketplace also. Kijiji somewhat, I have found. I have, however, made money off of selling clothing, so I thought that I would include it in here. It's not like my favorite thing to sell though, because I find like you can't like make that much unless it's something brand new. But anyhow, I have made money selling clothing. So if you have new clothing that you haven't worn and you're not going to wear, you can sell that if it's in good shape. Coats are really a big thing that people like to buy if they're in good shape. The thing that I actually sold was sweaters, name brand sweaters. like Billabong, Roxy, those kind of things seem to, for me at least, is what I made money on. And kids clothing. A lot of people are looking for kids clothing as well. Moving on, number 6, to books. So I have sold some books. Not made tons of money on this, but it all adds up and gets rid of a bunch of piles of books that I didn't need. So some of the books that I sold were clean, obviously, and they were kind of like, I bundled them together. So you got like a bunch of books. It's not like you were buying just like one book for $1. You got, like, if you put them together and say here's 15 books for $10, that seemed to work better. Especially if you have like series and things like that, or a pile of kids books, a box of kids books, you could sell them all together, but I sold them in bundles, and that was good. Then I wrote Scentsy for number 7, but I think I actually spelled it Scenty because the things that I sold weren't just Scentsy. They were, non-name brand wax items that I had collected and never used. So I kind of put number 7 as like all scented kind of items because I've noticed that they're very popular. I switched to having just oil diffusers or burners, so I sold all my wax burners and my wax replacements and the plug-in ones that I had in the wall, and I actually made quite a bit of money because if you know, Scentsy is like huge, or it was huge, I don't know if it still is, but people who are all about that, they'll be paying for it, even if it's just a little bit cheaper than what they would pay for if it was brand new. So I sold a lot of those on Kijiji, and I've also seen them at secondhand stores and stuff, so you could pick them up and sell them if you wanted to. But I did sell mine because I wasn't using them, and I actually they sold really fast too. I would say they probably sold faster than anything else that I've sold before. Yeah, diffusers are big too, but I haven't sold any of those. Mainly just like the wax burners and the wax replacement is what I have sold that has gone really fast. The next thing, dog stuff. Now, of course, you have to make sure that your dog doesn't have any diseases that can pass on, any fleas, things like that. So my dog is clean, obviously, and I only sold stuff that was clean and in good shape, and that wouldn't be gross to sell. So, leashes, clothing, costumes, new nail clippers. Now, you might think that's weird, but I bought a very expensive pair of nail clippers for my dog, and she did not let me anywhere near her with them. So, I sold those $30 of nail clippers to a dog that would let their nails be clipped by them. Costumes, you can only take one Instagram photo wearing that costume. You can't wear it again, so you might as well sell it. Clean it, wash it, make sure that it's not got anything gross on it. But yeah, so I've made some money selling dog stuff on Kijiji. Lamps, there's not like a huge amount that I can say about this category, except that I did sell almost all of the lamps that I did own on Kijiji. I had a large collection of lamps because in this one apartment I lived in, it didn't have any ceiling lights, like anywhere, like in the living room, not in the bedroom, not in I don't even think it had one in the kitchen. So I bought a lot of lamps, I was given a lot of lamps, and then when I moved to like a normal place, I had like a billion lamps. So I sold them, and mainly on Kijiji, because how are you going to mail a floor lamp? Some people do. I shouldn't say that, because you can really probably sell anything online. But anyways, so Kijiji, even if you got $5 or $10 for a lamp, that's pretty good. I think that I had 6 lamps that I sold, so to me that was good. Sold some lamps. Not much else to say about this category. And then number 10, furniture. So this is probably where I made the most amount of money for a single item. I have sold furniture that is just used that I have not needed anymore, such as little dressers or side tables. And then I've also done some kind of painting and making them look a little bit prettier, and they have obviously sold for more if you like make them look nice and paint them. Maybe add some more or some new like hooks on them and that. So furniture, side tables, coffee tables, small dresser is what I have sold for money and has probably made me the most money out of this whole list. So those are some things that I have sold, 10 different categories, several things in those categories that I've actually sold online for money. Not all of them I had to ship, a lot of them people just came and picked up. So yeah, subscribe for more info on how I make money.